YouTube, we are back with another weekly deals and steals video. Every Wednesday we go through some of the online stores trying to save us both some money on Pokemon cards. Start off by dropping some of the top comments from Saturday's video, and then we're going to get right into our stores, starting with Pokemon Center. We are seeing some new stuff here. A couple of the 2024 World Championship decks. Nothing we actually want to buy, but we are seeing some new stuff here. I think some prismatic bundles might have dropped the other day. Seemed like a couple people in my live had some luck. Might have been Tuesday that the prismatic bundles dropped. If you were able to get some of those prismatic bundles, let me know down below. But Pokemon Center, why are we even here? All right, starting off with the card Coliseum. This site has looked the same for the last couple months here. There's really nothing here we're interested in. $6 Paradox Rift Pack's okay for a sleeve pack, not too good. $6.50 on a sleeve Temporal Forces, that might be 50 cents a little bit too much. What is this Crown Zenith ETB right now? 300 gang for a Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box. Pokemon Center exclusive, make it a little bit better.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, now it's starting to make sense.
And then, of course, the honorable mention. We mention them every single video we make. The Pokemon Go Dragonite Premier Ball at $50. $50 a great price. The retail price, think everybody's at $50. I haven't seen anybody under $50 in the last couple months. Very solid collection box. I always enjoyed opening these things up. I've opened a couple throughout the history of the channel. It's always fun to open up, but nothing really here. All right, stopping back in at Josh's Cards. To be honest, gang, this website has not been very good. The last couple months, their prices have been whacked out. I still don't understand. $10 on a Surging Sparks check lane blister. $15 on a Paldea Evolved check lane blister. Gang, I must be missing something because I don't understand it. I even went to TCG Player to check. If you do go on TCG Player, it shows you $20 market price on a Paldea Evolved check lane blister, but there's also no sales or no sales history. Something seems to be off. I don't know exactly what's going on. TCG Player got them listed for $20, but there's no sales or no history of them selling for $20, I don't believe. And Josh's Cards trying to sell them for $15. Both those prices sound out of whack. The World Championship decks that we just saw in Pokemon Center are here too. A couple more League decks, Battle decks, Obsidian Flames check lane at $12. Here's a Zapdos theme deck from Roaring Skies. I do like that. Pretty cool. $35. I don't know, but I probably wouldn't want to buy that. Cool to see though for sure. And then the bottom of the page here, some Scarlet and Violet base check lane blisters for a ridiculous price as well. Let's go Smoke and Mirrors. Always excited to stop into Smoke and Mirrors. Right now they're $118 on their Glory of Team Rocket. Pretty solid, gang. They still have, at least of last week, the best price on the Heatwave Arena box. Still haven't seen anybody come close to this. Seen maybe a couple 85s and 90s, but nobody close to 77. Believe Smoke and Mirrors is free shipping on orders of $125, $150, something like that. Could definitely do some damage here. They got a bunch of Japanese booster boxes, all at incredible prices, and some the best prices I've seen. Even 97 on the Terastal Festival, Japanese Prismatic, 97, very solid. I don't know if I've seen anybody under 110, 120 recently. Look at some of this, 48 Stellar Miracle. These are my price points here. I like this. 50 on Future Flash, 50 Snow Hazard, 53 on Cyber Judge, 47 on Night Wanderer. I can barely find Night Wanderer right now, and if I do, I believe it's closer to $60. I don't think I've seen anybody at 47. I might have to get a couple of these from Smoke and Mirrors. The Iono, the Lillie, we've been talking about them a little too much. I'm kind of getting sick of it. We've been talking about both of them for the last couple weeks since they released. MSRP on both of them's 40. Smoke and Mirrors charging you 45. Only limiting you to one per person, it seems, as well. If you did have to choose, gang, I'm definitely voting you go with the Lillie over the Iono. The Iono doesn't really have anything. I'm sure the Iono Belly Bolt promo might be worth a couple dollars, but this Lillie's Clefairy's got to be worth more than that Iono. In terms of the content inside, you're getting 6-packs in both of them, but these 6-packs here, believe you're getting a Paldea pack, a Twilight pack, Obsidian Flames pack, 2 Journey, and a Surging Sparks. The Iono might be a little different. Now that I'm saying it out loud, though, the only difference with the Iono might be you're getting a Paradox Rift instead of Paldea Evolved. You are still getting 2 Journey packs, a Surging Sparks pack, what looks like an Obsidian Flames pack, and a Twilight pack. Maybe it's a Stellar Crown pack. Neither of the lineups are horrible, but if I had to choose, I'd imagine there's a little bit more pack value in the Lillie and a little bit more promo value in the Lillie. And now second page of Smoke and Mirrors, normally loose Japanese packs. Oh my god, is that a 3-pack of Temporal Forces for $16? Let's go. Only $1 or $2 over retail price. Anytime I find a Temporal Forces 3-pack, it's pretty much $20. I think it's the Clefairy and the Cyclizar. You get to pick $16, pretty solid. Let's go. And then our loose Japanese packs, which we don't want to buy. Shout out to Smoke and Mirrors, though, another very solid week. Poke Notify. Poke Notify. Poke Notify.
That's cool. So they can get it too.
Promo code SmokeyMon25. All right, going back into Forged in Fire has been coming through the last couple weeks. Whatever complaints I used to have about Forged in Fire, they are gone. They've been pretty solid the last couple weeks. Here's the Slashing Legends tin at MSRP at $27. Also, gang, if you remember, I think it was last week's video, Forged in Fire had some crazy deals. Seems like Forged in Fire is about $5 flat shipping, gang. I'm pretty excited about that. Didn't matter if I just bought the sleeve journey packs, the 6 sleeve journey packs, or I added some of those Paradox Rift building battles. It was still $5 flat shipping. Very impressed, very happy with that.
I guess I should be proud of you.
There's the Lillie for $50. You'll probably be cheaper going to Smoke and Mirrors. $60 on the prismatic accessory pouch, pretty solid. I haven't really seen anybody under 60. We might have saw Walmart at about $57 one day, but other than that, everybody's about $60, $65. Like I said, that $5 flat shipping, so you can be out the door for $65 on an accessory pouch. Not a crazy deal, but definitely an okay price out the door for about $65. $250 on the SPC, gang. I don't think we're going to go over to TCG Player today. We'll probably save that for the weekend because we got a lot of stores to get through. I think the price is dropping a little bit now that this thing's officially been released. I'd imagine it was going to drop a little bit. If my memory's serving me correctly, I think this thing's down to about $220, $225. Could be wrong. If you know in the comments, definitely let me know. I think the Prismatic SPC is dropping a little bit. Surging Sparks and Scarlet and Violet base. Booster boxes, $200 on Scarlet and Violet base. Surging Sparks at $240. Both of these, if my memory's serving me correctly, pretty much on point, right at market price. After shipping and taxes and stuff, you might be a little bit over market. Most people are at about $250 for Surging Sparks, so the $240 doesn't seem bad, but I think the price might be dropping a little bit closer to that $240. Some Pokeballs there if you do want them at $15 at MSRP. Gang, for a second, I thought this was both of them for $80. I thought we were back in 2024 for a second. One Scarlet and Violet base ETB for $80. Don't do that, gang. And a Journey Together booster bundle for $35. Not the best week we've seen at Forged in Fire, but still pretty solid. All right, let's see what we got from Game Nerds this week. The celebration boxes are still here. Shout out to the $23 Lost Origin pack. Gang, Battle Styles at $205. Either I got to stop smoking or things are happening with Battle Styles. Am I crazy or does this thing keep going up every week we stop in here? I think it was $199 last week and I said it was right at that price point where I don't know if we want to buy it. Right now at $205, I don't think we do. We could pretty much take our choice of whatever booster box we want at $205. Back when it was like $180, we were saving a little bit of money and we were getting a Sword and Shield set. But right now when it's $205, we're not saving any money. We can pretty much get any booster box at about that price. I guess except for Scarlet Violet base and an Obsidian Flames. The one thing about Game Nerds, I will say, their booster boxes are always horrible. Obviously, we love Game Nerds, but I've never seen a booster box on here that was a decent price. All pretty whacked out, and you want to talk about wacky, gang? Just look at it. Fusion Strike at $850 a booster box. And gang, if I'm not crazy, wasn't this the set that somebody stole like $2 million worth of cards out of as well? Could have sworn that was Fusion Strike. Don't know if that actually means anything for the pull rates or how the set would be affected. Pretty sure, though, when that guy stole millions of dollars worth of cards 2 or 3 years ago, it was Fusion Strike. I might just be rambling. That might not have anything to do with anything. I don't know what I'm talking about. But what the hell's going on over there with that Fusion Strike? Even my boy Astral Radiance at $430? Well, shout out to Astral Radiance for finally getting some love. This can't be right. I didn't even want to go to TCG Player today, gang, but I'm going to have to do a checkup on my boy Astral Radiance. All right, gang. I'm getting ready to scroll down here, gang. I swear, if that market price on an Astral Radiance booster box is over $400, we're never making another YouTube video. Well, GG's, gang. Hope you guys enjoyed the last episode of the weekly Deals and Steals video. You will never see me again. We don't go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. What is happening? $420. This is the same exact thing that happened with Fusion Strike. Okay, so it was at the same exact time and the same exact thing that happened with Fusion Strike. I will say the only shining glimmer of hope, whatever you want to call it, I hate Fusion Strike and I love Astral Radiance. I do like that Astral Radiance is getting some love. I don't like that I'll never be able to afford to open Astral Radiance again. But this is just nuts, gang. I don't even, if we do catch another Sword and Shield booster box that has gone from 200 to 400, we're not even going to look it up.
A kind of smelly smell. A smelly smell that smells.
I don't even know what we do about that anymore, gang. Surging Sparks, how about that? $230 on a booster box? Game Nerds, I believe $75 free shipping. It's funny, as I say, Game Nerds doesn't have good booster box pricing. We might have found a Surging Sparks booster box at the best price I've seen very recently. Everybody all the time's been at $250. When I see a $240, I'm like, it's okay, but then after fees and shipping, you'll be at $250. This is $230. Have not seen a $230 in a very long time. This is Game Nerds, so I believe your shipping will be free over $75. You might be out the door for about $235, $240 with the Surging Sparks booster box. That is pretty solid. Thought Surging Sparks was going down a little bit. I still think it is, but these booster bundles, I have not seen anybody under $50 recently. Game Nerd's one of the only sites I see still at $40. I'm sure we will see them today, at least on Rare Candy and stuff. Most people at $50 for that Surging Sparks booster bundle. A little crazy. Here's the Shrouded Fables. Game Nerd's still holding out some hope. We saw one at Walmart for, I think, $85. It was disgusting. Luckily, with our signature Game Nerds 2-cent discount, we are still under $60 for the Shrouded Fable ETB. And here's the Dragonite Ball, 2 cents cheaper than the competition if anybody wants a Dragonite Premier Ball. Once again, I believe $75 free shipping. So you could get 2 of them and walk out of here with free shipping. Would be very solid. Gang, I've been saying this for a couple weeks too. I don't recommend you paying this price, but I think $110 if this would also come with the free shipping. Definitely one of the most competitive prices we've seen. If you have to pay for shipping and tax and then you're about $120, $125, I probably wouldn't do it. But most people about $110, $115 after tax and fees and stuff. $110 from Game Nerds, I guess, would be pretty solid, although I don't recommend it. The Armorers is still here for $35, gang. It's not the most desirable of collection boxes, but a lot of people now at $40 or $45 for this box. If you did still need to get this box, or you wanted the promos, or you wanted the card stand, or you wanted the card sleeves, or you wanted some of the Obsidian Flames packs, and possibly Paldea Evolve packs, maybe you buy it for $35. It's not an incredible collection box. I don't think this is a keep it sealed thing. But if you do want some of the stuff in this collection box, $35 is one of the better prices we've seen in a while. How is Astral Radiance $12 a pack? There's no way. Once again, shout out to my boy Astral Radiance. I ain't trying to hate on you, buddy, but this literally makes no sense. Silver Tempest was worth way more money than Astral Radiance like 3 days ago. I don't think I understand this market anymore, gang. Either I'm getting too old or too stupid, but whatever's happening, it's just not resonating with me anymore. How is Astral Radiance that much money?
I'm in an extraordinarily large amount of pain.
All right, stopping back in at Double Infinity Games. Hopefully I can figure out this site a little bit better. Look at this Destined Rival stuff, gang. All pretty solid prices. 60's about where everybody's at. We just talked about the ETB at Game Nerds. I think they were $110. That might have came with free shipping. I don't know what Double Infinity does with shipping, but right now this is better than Game Nerds. But I don't know if this includes shipping or not. And $230, most people at probably about $250, I'd say average price on a Destined Rival booster box. $230, pretty solid. Once again, disclaimer, don't spend that money on any of it. There's some other stuff here too. They do have some cool stuff on this site, just nothing in my price point or nothing that I actually want to buy, but they do have some cool stuff on Double Infinity. Like some uncut sheets of Topps cards and stuff like that, but the last thing I seen before we move on, $24 Slashing Legends tin. I think this is the best price we've seen on the Slashing Legends tin. We talked about it before. $27, $28, I don't even want you paying that. $24, you might be able to justify this tin. I would imagine between shipping and tax and fees, you're probably out the door for $30, in which case then just buy the tin from anywhere if that is true. But if you can somehow get out of here for under $27, you're under MSRP, I got no problem with you buying this tin. All right, going back into Miniature Market, hasn't really come through for us the last couple weeks, but look at this first row. Gang, $210 on Surging Sparks booster box.
Fire! Oh, fire! Oh my goodness! What's the procedure?
Now, I've never ordered from Miniature Market, so once again, I don't know what the taxes are, the shipping and all that stuff. But even if they're hitting you for $15 to $20 in fees, taxes, and shipping, you're still going to be beating all the other websites we just covered. You're still going to be under market price. $210 is wild for a Surging Sparks booster box. I can't believe I've seen, gang, I don't know if I've seen that price since the set released. I haven't seen a booster box of Surging Sparks that cheap in a long time. Prismatic ETB at $125, not good, not bad. It's definitely not a horrible price. I don't think you got to go crazy buying them up at $125. More competitive than most, but definitely not the best price. League decks, battle decks, I don't even need to see anything else here. That one booster box of Surging Sparks at $210 is good enough. Miniature Market. All right, Rare Candy, what do you got?
Do I look like I got some candy? No. Why y'all up my eyes for then?
All right, regular sealed Pokemon card section of Rare Candy. Gang, to be honest, I'm not even going to waste time talking about stuff on Rare Candy. If I don't find a deal, We're not even going to talk about it. We'll move on very quickly. I'm going to do some scrolling, but I would expect to move on very quickly. They do have a lot of Elite Trainer boxes at about $10 over market, and that is before shipping and fees and stuff. Here's a Twilight Masquerade booster bundle for $40. My stance on these is you shouldn't really be paying over $35, definitely not over $40. Although in the last couple weeks, I don't think I've seen these in stock recently at all. If I do, they're over $40 now, like $42 to $45. Rare Candy is normally horrible with the shipping and fees. This will probably put you at $50 or something dollars. Not saying buy this one, but if you can find a Twilight Masquerade booster bundle for about $40 all in, I think you could definitely buy it. The last remaining Shrouded Fables Pokemon Center exclusive ETV. This has been here a couple weeks, gang. Nobody's bought it. No love for the last Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center ETV. I do like a Temporal Forces booster box at $195, although out of all the stores we cover, believe Rare Candy is the worst with shipping fees, taxes, and stuff like that. So I don't know what the out the door price would be. If it's anything past $205, I'd probably leave it. If you could get out the door with like $10 more and be at $200 or $205, I'd be okay with that. Anything past that might be a little iffy. But who knows, gang? Temporal Forces could be $700 a booster box by next week, the way things are going. Rare Candy also has a Scarlet and Violet base booster box for $200. I think this is like the third website we've seen with Scarlet and Violet base at $200. If you had to ask me, gang, I'm telling you, don't buy Scarlet and Violet base for that price. I don't think this set should be anything over MSRP of $160. To be honest, the set wasn't that good. I know a lot of people love it. That might be a hot take, but the set was mid at best. Scarlet and Violet base used to be $80 a booster box. No reason to be paying the same price as you would for Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, maybe Twilight Surging Sparks, depending. I can't think of a worse Scarlet and Violet set, and if you guys can in the comments, let me know, but I don't think there was anything worse than Scarlet and Violet base. Other than me venting some frustrations on Scarlet and Violet base, I don't think there's anything here. Rare Candy does not have any candy. The biggest news of them all, Pokene has a Clarence button.
This guy's a gangster? His real name is Clarence.
Well, there's definitely a couple things here, gang. There is the One English 2023 World Championship deck. Other than that, looks like Japanese starter decks, I guess. All these boxes look very different, but I assume they're mostly the same thing. And then some Star Wars or some Attack on the Titans. Let's see what we got in the old English. Pokene now taking pre-orders on the Mask of Ogerpon. I believe the retail is $50. I think it's Rip and Ship Arena where we're going next. That might be selling the pre-orders for $45. I don't know if I'm going to pre-order this box, but I definitely want one. Believe it's 9 packs with a majority of Twilight Masquerade. From the pictures I've seen, looks like a lot of Twilight Masquerade packs. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of Ogerpon, but I don't mind them getting these 2 Ogerpon promo cards and the Jumbo Heart Flame. I'm pretty cool with that. For $50, I'm probably going to get this box. SPC at $250, too much money. The Destined Rivals at $250, a little bit too much money, I guess. We might have saw like $230s. $110, pretty solid on the ETV, though. I think all the competition was around this price, so $110, very competitive. $35 on the Journey Booster Bundle still. The Journey Together Booster Box back in stock at $199.90, under $200 for a Journey Together Booster Box. Wyatt Check Lane is $12 and a booster box is $200. I don't know. Very solid price on the booster box, at or slightly under market. Don't think we saw anybody today either, surprisingly, at Journey Together for under $200. And a bunch of stuff that is all out of stock, unfortunately. All right, stopping back in at Rip and Ship Arena. Pretty new site to me, but I do like it a lot. We found some good things here. Let's see what they got this week. We got a Journey Together at $200. We got a Scarlet and Violet base at $200. I don't need to talk about the Scarlet and Violet base anymore. The Journey Together, this one looks like it's not the enhanced one. At Pokene, it seemed to be enhanced. I guess if you care, you could buy the enhanced one from Pokene for the same price that you could buy the non-enhanced one from Rip and Ship Arena. Looks like Rip and Ship Arena sold out of a lot of the good stuff here, gang. I am actually not liking what I'm seeing so far this week. $250 on Temporal Forces is almost offensive. I don't like that at all. The Iono's still here for $40, gang. If anybody's looking for Iono at retail price. The Ogerpon collection box is still here for $40. I don't think any of us really need or want that thing, but I don't know if we found anybody else at $40. Game Nerdz might have been $43. I think Rip and Ship the only one with it at $40 still. Paldea Evolved Tin sold out. Well, gang, Rip and Ship, not the best place this week. It looks like all the good stuff is sold out. Going over to Safari Zone to close out the week, as is tradition. Safari Zone has been stepping it up the last couple weeks. These first couple ads, they normally have some funky bundles. Let's scroll down and see what we got. Seeing a Fido Funko 4th on the page. Gonna assume we're gonna be quickly closing out the video. Now this ad right here, originally the last couple weeks was 24 Scarlet and Violet sleeve packs for $125, I believe. Now it looks like they're trying to throw you in a prismatic ETB and charge you $260. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the count on the packs was less when they were trying to charge you $125, but I don't really think you want to do this, gang. I don't know, unless my numbers are wrong from last week. Like I said, I think they were trying to charge $125 for 24 sleeve packs of Scarlet and Violet base. If that was what they're doing, now they're just trying to charge you $135 for a prismatic ETB. So I don't think I'd do that. When it was 24 packs for $125, I was thinking about it myself. That was like a little bit over $5 a pack. It wasn't bad at all. But right now, I think you're just overpaying for a prismatic ETB to get the privilege of buying these 24 sleeve packs. You obviously know how I feel about Scarlet and Violet base right now, so I'm not going to do it. I guess it wouldn't be horrible, but then again, I don't really think there's any reason to buy this. We're going to close out the video. Obviously, if we see anything, we will shout it out, but that's going to do it for another weekly Deals and Steals video. Here's a Battle Partners for 70. I guess that's not bad. Every Wednesday, we go through some of the online stores trying to save us both some money on Pokemon cards. And then on the weekend, we go through the major retail stores trying to do the same exact thing. You guys know we go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and now Friday about 5:30 p.m. Eastern, giving away a bunch of Pokemon cards. It is a lot of fun. If you have not joined us for a live, try to catch us Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I will see you tomorrow at a live or this weekend for another Deals and Steals.